What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and today we got to talk about the NBA and their rights. Going back over to NBC, and they pretty much NBC that is they want the package that TNT has. So you'll be seeing games on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and really pretty much a lot of the playoffs. We're gonna read some stuff from this basketball news article. It says the NBA is preparing for its next round of media rights deals, and TNT's parent company, Warner Brothers, faces the risk of losing the broadcast rights it's held since 1989. With TNT's deal set to expire after the next season, NBC is reportedly poised to swoop in with a reported $2.5 billion offer, potentially edging out TNT. And this is coming from Bill Simmons, the Ringer podcast. I guess he got some inside information on what's going on, and it says the shift would likely signal the end of an era for the famed inside the NBA crew, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley, and Ernie Johnson, as they might no longer appear on TV screens starting from 2025 through the 26th season. And so, Chucky's been on a few shows, and we're going to listen to what he had to say about this. Now that's gonna be different for basketball fans. That show debuted so long ago, and at first, it was Ernie, and then they brought in, Kenny and Chuck, together, and then, um, Shaq came later down the road, but inside the NBA, it's been a staple of basketball for such a long time. It would be weird. It's almost like it would be weird, for the season to be going on and you don't have that show, because that show has been synonymous with the season for so long. You see those guys do that, and then they transition over to March Madness, and then everybody be missing them, and then they come back. So it's gonna be very strange without those guys if NBC indeed does come in and do this. But we would love to hear the NBC music before the game, us that was young in the 90s. But as far as like the basketball and the analyst part of it, after the games, before the games, the halftime shows, it's going to be truly missed if they were to come in and do that. But we're going to listen to Chuck. He was on ESPN Radio, and he was on the Dan Patrick Show. Let's check it out.
What is the future of NBA on TNT? Your show?
I have zero idea. It's interesting you asked me that question, because I think today is the deadline. I don't know. It's nerve wracking for everybody. It's very stressful, but I don't think anybody knows. Listen, I love TNT. I hope we keep it. I love TNT, but right now, I think I talked to Ernie last night. I think they're going to make a decision by the end of the day, and I don't think any of us know what that decision is going to be.
Now they have to match NBC's offer.
Yes,
okay.
But I don't think we know what's going to happen. But it's very stressful at work right now.
But if the NBA goes away, are you a free agent?
Yes.
Is Shaq?
I don't know their contract situations, but I made sure, because we had a disagreement. We had a disagreement when I was redoing my deal 2 years ago about, well, what happens if we lose the NBA? And they're like, well, we don't know. And I said, well, what does that mean, you don't know? And I want to put myself in the best possible scenario. And I said, I want to be a free agent if we lose to NBA. And they said, no way. I said, no, there's going to be a way. And I said, guys, I'm not signing a new contract unless I can be a free agent in 2 years. Now, I want to make it clear. I love TNT. I love everybody at TNT, and they've been great for me. But I don't want to be in limbo if we lose to NBA. That wouldn't be fair to me. Like, there's no person watching this show right now want to be like, I don't have a job and know what I can do. I want to make it perfectly clear, if y'all lose to NBA, I want to be a free agent. So that's the situation now. And I can say that. I hope we sign the NBA. I love TNT, but it's nerve wracking over here right now.
You guys got a lot of power, though. You and
What do you
Shaq and
think?
Kenny, if you guys want to. I know Ernie's said publicly that he wants to stay at TNT.
Well, we all want to stay at
No,
TNT.
but if the NBA leaves, Ernie said that he wants to stay at TNT.
Well, I don't know how that. See, that's the thing, Dan. None of us know how that works. They don't need me, Kenny, and Ernie, because he does other sports.
Yes.
He does baseball and things like that. But us other three, that's a great question because us other three are screwed, basically. Not necessarily screwed, but we won't have a job.
No, NBC would then just say, guys, come on over.
Yeah, but I don't know how that works without Ernie, to be honest with you. And I can't speak for NBC. I don't know if they want all three of us. So
I would
that's
think so. I would think so.
Charles Barkley is our guest. Charles, there's stories out today about NBC wanting to get in on the NBA. I don't know if you've seen this. They want to take the package basically that, is on TNT right now. And as you know, everybody loves your show so much. It's the most popular show in sports, Chuck. It really is. How do you feel about that? And did you guys see this story about NBC?
Yeah, obviously we saw it, and it's a really big deal, obviously. But I covered my ass, to be honest with you, and I put out an article today with Andrew Marchand in the New York Times.
Yeah.
I just signed a 10-year deal 2 years ago, but one of the things I did, I put an opt-out after a couple years in case, because I wanted to make sure I covered my ass when it comes to this situation. If I wanted to go to Amazon because we thought it was going to be Apple, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So the one thing I did in my new contract, I'm 2 years into a 10-year deal. And when I sit down, I said, wait a minute. Now, if you guys lose the NBA, I want to make sure that I can get out of here.
Right.
And so I am actually in a really great position. And so whether we go to, like I say, we knew it was going to be Amazon and Apple, but we didn't know NBC was going to come out the woodwork. But the one thing I particularly did in my contract, I put an opt-out clause in there.
Nice.
So I'm not, listen, I love TNT and they've been great to me.
Sure.
But if they lose the NBA, I want to make sure I had all my I's dotted and T's crossed. So something's going to happen. I hope that, TNT, like I said, they've been great to me. But I had to make sure, because this is business, it's nothing personal. As my man Nino Brown said in New Jack City, hey, this is business, it's nothing personal.
Nothing personal.
I want to make sure if we lost the NBA in 2 years, I could be a free agent. So I'm sitting back. Obviously, I'm not worried or paying attention to it, but I'm waiting.
But you would be open, Chuck, to making that move. I'm sure. But Shaq and Kenny would. Yeah. Hell yeah. You get a new contract too. I mean, that's always good too.
Like I say, I want to make sure. Like I say, the most important thing for me was, okay, if y'all lose the NBA, I want to make sure that I can walk away, no feelings, because TNT, like I say, they've been great to me. I love working at TNT, but listen, I have to always cover myself, and I made sure that because we went back and forth. We went back and forth, me and my agent and TNT. I was like, hey, if y'all lose the NBA now, I want to make sure I can go wherever the hell I want to go. So, like I said, but originally we knew it was going to be Amazon and Apple, and I want to make sure that I could be a free agent.
So Chuck, he said he would be interested in making that move, over to NBC if given the opportunity. He don't know if they would want Shaq and Kenny, obviously, but people will always link those three together. I ain't saying they can't put a good show together over there, but they would have their work cut out for them. And also, TNT with the late night stuff. Like I know NBC will have late night television and those what you call it, late night TV. They'll have that going on. So it won't go into the wee hours of the morning like Inside the NBA used to. And that's what people love, right? About Inside the NBA. It held TNT down from about 7 o'clock at night all the way to about 1:30 in the morning, depending on how long a game ran or whatever. So the dynamics there is going to definitely shift. And just having Barkley and those guys on during the day, NBC's audience isn't going to be looking for that type of show. And what you can say on that show and some of the things they do on that show, I don't know if they'd be able to do it over there on NBC. So Barkley would more likely just be, I don't know. I don't know what they would do as far as like halftime shows and stuff like that. I guess that's about all they could do, a halftime show where he's on there, or he's an analyst in that capacity. But man, it's about to be some changes over there, and NBC's really look like they're gonna do it, man. Look like they're gonna do it with the $2.5 billion, to get those rights. And obviously it's a business investment for them. But again, if they're gonna get the NBA package, it's about to be a lot of cancellations of stuff that's already on that network right now, because the NBA is gonna cut into so many time slots that some of the shows will probably be looking to move away from NBC whenever their deal is up too. But again, the NBA brings viewers. They got Victor Wembanyama coming in, Anthony Edwards, a lot of young stars in the NBA. And yeah, man, I think they just trying to get in on that and cash in on that. But let me know what you guys think about it as far as Inside the NBA getting potentially canceled and it being the end of an era, man. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.
Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down.
I'm not going to take it down.
Skip, 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 skip.